everyone has a story. You're not special. I don't give a fuck what happened to you in your life. There's always somebody going through something worse. So I'm not hearing the bitch shit, all of the soft, sorry ass shit. Well, I didn't have my dad growing up, so I'm a loser. Shut the fuck up. Most of us didn't. Stop coping. Like, leave that for women, like having daddy issues and shit. Like, that sounds like some bitch shit, right? So, like, literally, I'm making this video because I feel like I should have made this video such a long time ago. And I just need to get some shit off my chest, bro. So, no funny shit, right? A lot of people always complain about their life and always, you know what I'm saying, like, always talking about their way of their life, that they always blame something else that happened within their life for them becoming like an outcome of like a loser or broke, or like, you know what I'm saying, have like that slave mindset of like, well, I didn't have a dad, so I'm gonna be a loser. Or, well, I lived on Section 8, so I'm gonna be a loser. Well, my mom didn't take me to this school, or I didn't go to this place, or, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have a lot of things growing up. Bitch, not a lot of us did. Like, I'm gonna keep it a beam. Not a lot of us did. And I'm tired of hearing this pussy shit. It sounds so like feminine in a way of like, bro, tighten the fuck up and lock in on what you got going on. Because if not, you gonna stay in the city, stay like a bum, right? So let's talk about it real quick, right? This is definitely for a lot of the people in the inner city, right? And you know what I'm saying? I done lived in the inner city. My family was just poor even outside the inner city. Like a town over in the suburbs, we was like the poorest in the suburbs. No funny shit. Where I seen all of the kids have everything, beautiful things within their family, their mom, their dad, beautiful houses, big pool in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? All the Jordans, all the clothes, all the drip. We seen this shit. Everyone's seen this shit kind of thing, right? And especially when you that kid who get like one pair of shoes throughout the whole year. You know what I'm saying? You look at these people as if like, damn, y'all got it good. Y'all got everything going on in this world, like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a family, but like, you know what I'm saying? I only stayed with my mom for a long time. Like, I only had my mom and my two sisters, and we lived like in a 2-bedroom apartment where I sometimes slept on the floor, where I sometimes, like, I didn't even have a room. There was no such thing as a room for me until I grew up and got my own, like, rented out my own room. You know what I'm saying? That was the time I had a room. You know what I'm saying? I knew a lot of other people had it good, and I always seen that, like, a lot of shit like that meant a lot to people, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it was like another day. Like, it's just what it was, where Section 8, food stamps, on welfare, you know, all of that shit, not having your dad or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Having like a poor family, living poor, like literally, like where you about to get evicted, getting evicted, you know, evicted letters, all types of shit, where I got kicked out of my house twice. I could be so vulnerable about it because that shit don't mean nothing to me. It doesn't tie me and lock me into a circle of like, okay, this was my life, so I'm gonna be a broke bitch. Like, no, I don't give a fuck what it was. Like, it could be way worse than that. And a lot of other people do suffer a lot of other things like that. Like, think about the people in Gaza. You want to complain about living in a first world country? These motherfuckers in Gaza, in the third world country, where they don't even have like water and food, they getting bombed, they seeing their families die. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally get bombed, they feet, you know what I'm saying, arms, everyone dying and shit. But you complaining because you just a broke bitch and don't want to tighten up. That's on you. That's literally on you. And I had to make this video, bro, because how many people I know with like this victim mentality where, oh, I didn't have a lot of things growing up, so I'm gonna stay like that, right? Like, I remember when I was a kid, like, I used to sometimes think about that shit like that. Or like where I used to be like, you know what I'm saying, be like remorseful, or just be like, you know, felt sorry for myself, like a little ass girl. Like, I would be like, you know what I'm saying, thinking about all the bullshit that's happening, that all my other friends within the school, they had all the nice things, their mom, their dad, everything. Whenever they asked for money, they got money, whatever. Bro, my mom would give me like $5, like, to go to the mall or something, like, if that, you know what I'm saying? Where I had to rely on myself and rely on what I have within me as a man, where if I called her to pick me up, she's like, no, you gotta get to walking. And I was blessed to have a mom like that, because I've tightened up as a younger age, so that when every time I seen a lot of other kids around my way complain, I remember one time, this one specific time, this dickhead came to school. This was one of my best mans, right? It was the day after his birthday. I went to his party and all of that. He had the nice, bro, I'm telling you, beautiful house. Like some house where I used to sometimes feel a certain way about bringing the homies to my house because we didn't have that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would be seen as like kind of different, as like kind of like, yo, y'all that broke family and shit like that. Like, I used to have these thoughts within my mind. And you know what I'm saying? Like, even just like the shit that we wore, like even like uniform and shit. Like, my mom, she used to have us sneak up into like, you know what I'm saying, the lost and found. If you know, you know. We used to sneak up into the lost and found and take some shirts from there and take some like pants from there. No funny, and I'm not even lying, no funny shit. And you know what I'm saying? I used to wear that, like shit like that. And it is at that point when you're a kid like that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's the day after my homie's birthday party, right? And or the day after his birthday party and his birthday, right? So the day after he goes to school, and his parents surprised him with the gift at like late at night or whatever, after everyone left, and it was like some pair of Jordans, some hard shit, some 4s at the time. You know what I'm saying? This has got to be like the 7th grade, and me, bro, like. It was like I would be lucky if I got one pair of shoes for the whole school year. Where that one pair of shoes I played soccer with, that one pair of shoe I went to I played basketball with, recess, you know, did everything in this shoe. You see what I'm saying? Like this one pair of shoe. This is why I love my Jordans. And as I got older, I got like a lot of the Jordans that I always wanted, and I would always rock them now because I wanted them so bad when I was a kid and I could never get it. I see all the kids with all the nice shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was weird because a lot of kids with the good shit, they would try to act like they were poor or something. I don't know what it was. It was so fucking backwards to me where they would try to act like hood or gangster. And I'm like, bro, you got everything. Like, what are you doing, right? But that's like a whole separate topic, right? So he comes to school with these shoes, and this dickhead's just like complaining. He's rocking them, and I'm thinking they the most fire shoes. Like, I'm like, damn, them bitches hard, bro. No funny shit. I roll up on him, dab him up, like, damn, them bitches hard. I ain't gonna lie. He's like, you like these? I was like, yeah, I like them. He's like, ew, nah, I don't like them. Like, my mom, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what she was thinking when she got me these shoes, bro. I want to return them. I was looking at him like, huh? I'm like, man, this motherfucker should give me these shits, right? Like, cause you just an ungrateful little shit. Like, they were some nice shits. I forgot what specific shoe was, but I know it was a Jordan 4. And I'm like, what, bro? Like, what do you mean? Like, these shit's tough. Like, what the fuck is you complaining for? Why you acting like such a bitch? And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I remember just walking away. I was like, man, this dude, man, these dudes crazy. I remember even that one kid, he was complaining about his life and his struggle of like, oh, I'm struggling, right? It was like the most pussiest shit, like, where I hear it and I won't even say nothing. But I remember just being like, man, imagine a day you lived in my shoes, you fucking... You fucking ungrateful little shit, where your life is fucking like rainbows and daisies and roses compared to my life, right? So even from then I realized like I can't even compare my life to people like this because they don't understand what it really is. So even for the people who really get me, where like, you know what I'm saying, like that's standardized shit where you like don't have your dad in your life or you don't have anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Where other people will make it like the biggest like excuse. Well, I didn't have my dad in my life, so this yada yada yada. Shut up, you're just a bitch. I'm tired of that. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. You sound like a bitch, right? So, like that's standardized base level 1 shit. I'll keep it a being. Like the kids in Gaza where they're dying, their families, they're seeing all that. Like that's like times 10. Like you're level 1. Stop being. You're just an emotional bitch. That's all it is, right? So. You know what I'm saying? I done heard a lot of these, like, you know, stories of, like, all types of shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, where we got to get it out the mud. And I truly love that, like, ideology and, like, that philosophy of, like, bitch, we are broke, but we got to be, get on the come up. Like, we got to really get out of it because our story means way more. If you're broke and you're in the inner city, your family struggling, all that, you know, all this poor shit, you know what I'm saying? You got to do a lot of other things. You don't have a lot of things that the other people have. It's a beautiful thing. Like, it really is, because the day you come up, you're going to value all of that shit, the city you came from, you know what I'm saying, all of that shit, all of the struggle is going to build you. Like, it literally builds you, but it only builds you if you learn lessons from the struggle of me getting kicked out of my house and all types of shit. I had to learn the lessons of, damn, all right, I'm kicked out, where the fuck do I go? You see what I'm saying? I'm like 16, 17 at the time, bro. I got kicked out of my house twice. I'm like, shit, where the fuck do I go? Right? So the real world like actually hits you in your face, like bitch, you better tighten up because this is how it is, like in this real world. And my mom was always like a G, like she always kept a G with me, like, you know what I'm saying, where I remember times I was crying, feeling sorry for myself, right? And I'm like, yo, mom, why don't you love me like all the other kids love me and shit like that? And she's just like, that's not how I was raised, bro. That's it. Like, literally, like, I'm like, damn. So I'm crying even more. You know, I'm just like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it hit, I was like, oh shit, my mom wasn't even raised like that, so why am I acting like a bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I acting so pussy? It starts to actually hit you in your mind so that you tighten the fuck up. Like, it's just what it was. Like, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just what it is. So you gotta really see through that and see through, like, you know what I'm saying, the broke struggles of just being poor. Like, you have to see through this, because if not, this will be your life. Like, a lot of people adopt their parents' mindsets and shit of like living their life, or like, doing what they need to do, like, or following in their footsteps. Why? Like, this is a big thing right here. Why would you follow the example of people, right, of just like the broke people like mindset? Why? And this could be your parents. And I had to swallow that pill a long time ago, because why would I listen to their advice about, not about life, but like about how to make money and how to be like successful? Why would I follow that? I would listen to them to understand everything I shouldn't follow, of like, you know what I'm saying, doing drugs or whatever, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But like, of like being a millionaire, why would I listen to them if they don't have millions? This is where I adopted the mindset of millionaires, and I try to get their philosophies in their day-to-day life and try to implement it into me so it can craft me to be them, to be like them. Why would you want to be like the rest of the brokies? Why? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You have one life, one soul, one vessel. You have God with you. Why won't you go and strive for the best of the best that you want within your life, so that you can take care of your family, so that you can get your mother a house, so that you can get her a car or whatever, right? I remember since I was a kid, bro, the cars was always breaking down on us. Like, I promise you, like, my mom ran through mad cars. And you can sit back and laugh now, but like, yo, at those times, like, that's some stressful shit. Like, really though, like getting evicted letters, not knowing where you're gonna go, shit like that, bro. Like, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, even right now, my mom is not in the space where she needs to be, or in my little sister. And I cannot say that because I'm not on the come up yet and I haven't bought the house yet. But like, it's literally somewhere that they're not supposed to be. Just put it that way. And a lot of people still adopt the mindset of being a broke slave. Why? If you're a lazy bitch, right? Why not do it for them? Why not as a man? Because you're a man. A woman is not supposed to do this. I don't care about none of this equality shit, whatever. A woman is not supposed to do stuff that a man's supposed to do. I don't care. Your job is to lock in, get you some fucking money, take care of your family, and do it and provide. Like, literally, because that's what it was since we were in the gatherer times. It's just nowadays shit has changed, and more women are actually more masculine than dudes, and like, they make other dudes look like bitches, which is insane. But if you were a lazy bitch and you have nothing like going with yourself or anything like that, you should strive, not for yourself because you don't care about yourself, but like, strive for your family. Like, why not? Like, my mom will get a house and a car, everything, because we never had that shit. A house, the cars were fucked up. Like, I'm talking about fucked up. We ran through at least 4 or 5 cars since I was a kid. I remember all of those struggles, and it's like, you just won't forget it. So like, not even just for Patrick. It's not only just for Patrick, because Patrick is on the come up and he really gonna do what he's supposed to do because he's locked in. But why not do it for them? Like, if you're just a bitch, like, if you're soft or whatever, why not do it for your family that loves you and supported you, and they just don't know no better? Like, my mom, my dad, like, they don't know no better about the millionaire speaking or like learning from advice and like them. They just don't know that. You start to know that by learning from them, and you start to do what they do. And once you start to follow that footsteps, you start to see growth, and you start to see like, damn, I could really do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I always make this comparison. It's like, after hitting the gym for 10 years, you're going to get bigger. You're going to get stronger. So if you do things within the field that you love to do for 10 years to grow, why not just do it? You have God with you. You have you with you. And now you have a bigger purpose of you that's not you. You have a bigger purpose to do it for your family, to push you to go even harder. Why not, like, use that motivation to get them out the mud, right? Because like I said, my family is not like where they're supposed to be right now. Like, I'm dead serious, and I'm not even lying to y'all, like, on this camera shit. It's genuine shit that, like, it pisses me off. Like, I need to tighten up, and I need to go harder. And you know what I'm saying? I'm already 21. I need to tighten the fuck up, because time goes like this, bro. You gotta lock in. Adopt the mindset of like the broke slave poor people shit. I'm sorry, more times than not, your story is level 1. Like, it's just regular shit, in the trenches type shit. They don't have fathers. Like, that's level 1. But you gonna sit there and complain about your dad not being there? How about you tighten up and be a man? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my mom literally developed. I remember sometimes, and my mom, I don't want to make her sound toxic, because in a way, she's really not. Like, she's a beautiful, like, woman, like, really, of like, you know what I'm saying? But when shit, like, you know what I'm saying? When your parents close that motherfucking door, and, you know, like, they spit, like, they really do what they gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keeping it real with you. Like, they close that door, but, like, in front of other people, it's, like, kind of a different way. You know what I'm saying? She was kind of like that, where it's, like, in a way, I don't want to paint her a bad picture, but, like, literally, this literally built me, so I would like to share this. sometimes shit would just get hard. I remember sometimes just like, you know what I'm saying, whatever it was, I would just complain about it. And my mom would just look at me and be like, suffer. She would be like, suffer. And for other people, they might think this is toxic, this is bad. This literally built me so much and made me so strong and powerful from within of who I am. So that when I go through harder things, like the regular thing that I went through is like times 10 to like the people in the suburbs with all the things that they have. They will be crying about everything. My mom would just be like, suffer, suffer. Tighten the fuck. It just means tighten the fuck up. Like lock in, do what you gotta do. Tighten up. Stop being a bitch. Like literally, that's all it means. Is like take the shit head on. Be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where the shit got all twisted, where they would deem this as toxic, as all of this. No, you need to tighten up. The thing is, she had to play the role of the mother and the father. So you might look at my mom and think, oh, she's rude or whatever the fuck. But she had to play the father too. The father's tough. The father's supposed to be a strong figure in your life. He wasn't there, so she had to play both roles. If you know, you know. If you don't, that's it on you. You're not going to really understand this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. You just grow up poor. You don't really have nothing. Your clothes is dingy. Everything. Your shoes. Holy shoes. I'm talking about shoes that, like, them bitches, you feel water coming. It starts to rain. It's your worst nightmare. Like, that's if you know, you know. Where you stepping into, like, outside for recess, you like, damn, fuck. Like, this shit watery as hell in my sock, but I'm still hooping. You know what I'm saying? I remember freshman year even, I used to have like these Kyries, and like my dad sent my mom some money and shit like that, so she ended up getting me some Kyries, and I was so happy. I had to wear those the whole school year. And I remember hooping in them so much, but like I think my foot grew from like a 9 to a 10. So them bitches was like a 9, but like my foot, like my toe touching that motherfucker. You feel me? You know when you got some tight ass shoes, right? So I got used to that. But then every day, like those are the shoes I had to wear. It's just one pair of shoe in your collection, because all the other shoes, if you know, you would keep them in like a big tub. Like that's how we kept it. Like we kept them in a big ass tub, but they were all beat, so it's not like you could wear those too. Like, oh, I got some shit in the inventory. Like, no, bitch, you gonna go look for some shoes. You like, damn, them bitches are worse than the ones I got on right now, so I'm gonna stay with the ones I got on right now. You see what I'm saying? So I remember them bitches was I remember training for basketball. I played basketball freshman year. And I remember hooping all the time, that every time I came home and I had to walk all the way to school in the cold, nobody knows shit like this, 25 minutes, because my mom was not driving me over there. I had to walk 25 minutes there and 25 minutes back in winter, because that's when ball season really comes in, like November, December type shit, in the winter when the cold. So I had to bundle up and really do what I got to do. And on top of that, the next morning I had to go walk to school too. You see what I'm saying? So I was really locked in on the grind anyways, because I love ball. So I did whatever I had to do, you know what I'm saying? I knew better than to even ask my mom, because it was just going to be a no anyways to take me to, like, go hoop. So I remember walking in these shits all day, bro, all day. And then I'm hooping. I'm playing real hard in them. I'm training basketball. They got us running suicide, all types of shit. I come home after that long-ass walk, too, and after a 2 hours practice, and after being at school all day. I remember coming home. I take off my motherfucking shoe, bro. Yo, I have like 4 fucking blisters on one toe. Like, I'm not even on the big toe. Like, 4 fucking blisters, yo. Like think about, like, I got calluses from the gym, right? These don't affect you, because, like, yeah, they just don't affect you. But, like, on your feet, when you have a blister, yo, them bitches hurt like a motherfucker. I remember them shits, bro. And I had to keep walking and keep going to school. I remember having to walk a certain way and all types of shit, because we didn't have no money for no more shoes, man. Like, for shit like that. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me, because I came up because the way I came up, it's not a reasoning to feel sorry for yourself. Because once you do, you adopt that, like, victim mindset. That's the broke slave mindset of, well, I didn't have a lot, and, I'm poor, and I'm broke, and I, you know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for myself, and a lot of other kids in the suburbs don't have it as bad as me and shit like that. That's bitch shit. Like, that's pussy. Tighten up. That's it. The only answer is to tighten up. And you only realize that those lessons make you grow as once you take it as a lesson, acknowledge it as a lesson, and as you grow up, you're like, yeah, I really did. Like, a lot of that shit really happened. Like, yo, I really came up out the mud. I really toughened up. And the story of coming out the mud, up from the mud, is way better than being a rich kid already. The rich kid where he comes to school, like, in a Benz or some shit. Even at my school, it's kind of unheard of, but, like, they come up from, like, with their parents driving a Benz, and, like, you know what I'm saying, he comes to school with a Benz or some shit. It's like nobody values, bro, like in a way, because like, bro, you got it from mommy and daddy money. It really hits different when you got it by yourself, all on your own. It really does. It builds you, because that character of building and building and building, and then, you know, failure hits, so he goes back down, but he has to keep building, and then failure hits again, he has to keep building. That shit is way more valuable than the person who's already at the end goal right here with their parents, all the money in the world, they have all of this shit. We call it spark. Like, you get it for spark, like for the sparky, like, you know what I'm saying? You got it sparked up. You know, when you light up a blunt and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to put up for that weed. You got sparked up. That's like they got sparked up with the, like, literally money and finances in life. They're already at the end goal in a way. And it's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? It's like you don't value that person. But the person who comes out the mud, like, yo, and relates to you of, like, you know what I'm saying, the people who with no shoes or, like, holy shoes or got one pair of shoes the whole school year, you can relate to that dude. You know what I'm saying? Where you getting evicted, kicked out of the house. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Trouble in school all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can relate to that person because a lot of people live that life. But not a lot of people live that coming to school with a Benz type life. You're already at the end goal. You already kind of won. What the fuck is that? This is where I want to go into, like, you know what I'm saying? I know I felt like I said this in a couple of videos already, but back in the day when we were slaves, because we're in the slave position right now where you're broke, you're poor, you have nothing. You are a slave no matter what you say. If you don't want to acknowledge it, bitch, you're a slave. Fuck what you talking about, right? I acknowledge that I'm a slave, but, like, I won't be a slave for too long. Like, too much longer. You know what I'm saying? But basically, back in the day when there was real slaves where you get whipped, all types of shit, you know what I'm saying? You were a peasant. There was no escaping the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? You were a peasant for life. This is what your destiny was. You were born into a destiny of being broke, a slave, that you cannot come up. All you do is work for the rest of your life, and that's it. That was your life. Think about those people. You know what I'm saying? We have the opportunity and now the freedom to literally come up out of that slave poverty shit. It's just the mindset and the belief systems that everyone, like, thinks and grows. And, like, a lot of people are, like, actually, you know, they adopt, like, the mindset of, like, being a crash out, to sell drugs, to sell weed, to, you know what I'm saying, do all of the illegal ways, and you know what I'm saying, instead of actually really getting out the mud, even with the legal ways. You see what I'm saying? The illegal ways and everything like that is now, it's now idolized, where, you know what I'm saying, all negative things are just idolized. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, killing people is kind of like idolized. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how it is, but when you grow up around that way, it's just kind of like what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that you kind of just endure, and it is what it is. But you can't let that, like, mindset trap you of, like, this is the whole way, this is all I know, just being on the block, being broke, selling or trapping out or whatever. You can't acknowledge, you can't take that within, because if you do, you will lose. Like, you generally will. More times than not, a lot of people who gangbang and do all types of shit, 9 times out of 10, what's that saying they say? Either they get locked up or they die. Shit like that. Like, it's true. Like, it really is. So when you do, you have to figure out a way to really get it out the mud and really do what you want to do with that makes your heart happy. That's my whole philosophy, is, like, you do what you want to do within your heart, right? You make, like, you do what you want to do within your life that you truly love, and you find a way to get paid for it, and that's it. That's your pathway. Just follow that. Don't follow all of the garbage shit of, like, oh, I gotta go crash out, I gotta go kill people, I gotta spend on the ops. Like, all of that shit has been idolized and influenced by other people that people don't know no better. The people who don't know no better, that's what the people, that's what they're doing, because they were engraved in this shit. They were born into the life more times than not. And, you know what I'm saying, like, it's harder to escape that type of life. But, bro, I'm telling you, back in the day, the slaves were slaves for life. Nowadays, we can change that. We can literally change that. We're broke, we're poor, all of that. We can change it. It's whether you want to do it, because a business never fails, right? I got this from my millionaires that I listen to. A business never fails. It's the businessman, the dude who's, like, running the business. He fails the business. The business can't fail. The man, his work ethic and what his strategy is fails. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's all within you. Stop coping. Stop the pussy shit. I can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? Even people wanting to follow the footsteps of, you know what I'm saying, their peers around them, or even, like, their parents. Like I said, I don't want to be like my parents. I'll keep it a beam. Like, that's truly what I believe and I stand on. I don't want to be like them. If your parents are not successful in the way of, like, aspects of money, religion, or whatever, I don't want to be, like, in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? And I will tell them this, but I'm not saying this to go and disrespect your parents or something like that. No, you just analyze, like, Do they have everything that you kind of wanted, or that you deem as like possible, or like deem that is like something that's a necessity at that age that they're at right now? If not, you don't want to be like them. If they don't have like a stable home or like a family or like anything like that, and everything's just poor, broke, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Why would you want to do that? Why would you do what they did? Why would you follow in that footsteps? No, you have to follow the other pathway. The number one pathway that I just generally want to emphasize is listen to millionaires. It's like you are what you listen to. You will become what you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really analyze, and then once you put action towards it, that's who you'll become. Simple. If you listen to rap music talking about go on a drill, and you keep saying it, it goes up to your subconscious mind and it stays there. So it stays in your mind, so that you just keep thinking about going on a drill or some shit, or you keep listening to that rap song and you keep spewing these words. And then once you put that action and go spin on a drill, you know what I'm saying? That's what you are becoming. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a millionaire and he tells you to wake up every day 5 a.m. and it stays in your mind of like, yo, what do I got to do to be a millionaire? Well, this motherfucker say wake up 5 a.m. before anyone wakes up. You check that off the list. You have a productive day, and you're like, oh, this is what they're talking about. And that action led you to like understanding and seeing their point of view of like what they did in order to get lit into the position that they're in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm telling you, you listen to a lot of these broke people. I'm not listening to them about money. I'm gonna keep it a beam. This can go for family members. This can go for your homies around the way. If they don't have true knowledge or game that they're like aligning their life towards of like people who are successful, why would you listen to that? Why? It's only going to hinder your progress and your success. It's going to go against everything that you believe in. You know what I'm saying? So listen to the millionaires. And also, you have God with you. That's a big thing too. You have God with you. You can use your vision and your mind to get to where you want to be. It's whether you want to do it or not. He's going to always be there to help you. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be in there to help you on your pathway and your journey. And yes, you will fall. And not everything rainbows and daisies. But when you're in the trenches and you're broke, you know that anyways. You know that this life shit is already hard anyways. You see it within your whole life, your day-to-day life. You've seen it. So you already know that. So you know on your pathway, you're actually more stronger. You can endure the things that a lot of people will never endure. They don't understand the struggle of being broke and shit like that. It's a benefit once you start to analyze and realize, like, yeah, I'm broke. My family's poor. Everything like that. But it made me tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest thing, like, I want to say even in this video, when my mom told me suffer. Like, to suffer. Like, she used to be like, suffer. I used to be crying like a motherfucker. At that time, I didn't understand it. But now as I got older, I'm like, yo, I really got way stronger mentally and physically because of things like that. Things that you endured when you were a kid. You analyze it and you see it as like a spark to get you where you need to be. Like you use it as like a benefit where it's like, yeah, that shit really built me. I learned from my lessons. I learned that you have to suffer in this motherfucking life to understand. You have to endure the pain and sorrow to understand what it is anyways. Because if you never knew what your pain of being like depressed or like, you know what I'm saying, anything like that, once you go through it, then you're crying there like a bitch because you never went through it. But since you went through it, you know how it is and you already feel that shit. You already know what it is. So tighten the fuck up. The answer really is just tighten the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Think with your mind of what you want to do of your life and like align your life to it. If you don't know, just start off by listening to millionaires. Listen to people like me speak. I'm gonna keep it a beam. Listen to like me. You're going to be where you need to be. Your mindset's gonna start to grow and be there. You know what I'm saying? So that when you hear someone complaining about some pussy shit, you're like, yo, that's some pussy ass shit. Why would I even like your life is easy, bro. What you complaining about some pussy shit? I remember that since I was like in the 5th grade, 6th grade, where the kid would come to school like complaining about some shit back home, and it's the most pussiest shit because if only he lived a day in my shoes, he would understand what the fuck tough is. You know what I'm saying? So you start to realize that and you grow within that. It's deep. You know what I'm saying? But developing this broke mindset and staying within that shit ain't never going to help you. It will never make you win. Being on the block, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things we kind of grew up with shit like that, and we seen all of the people on the block. We like kind of glorify people really coming up being trappers and shit. Like we seen all of that shit being bad, you know, all of that shit. You kind of like idolize it, but that's not the right thing to idolize. Idolize the millionaires, I guess. Like, idolize God. Don't put anyone before God, but like look up to the people who are millionaires, the people who are really tough, who have what you want, who has that Ferrari. Even if it's materialistic, it will get you out of this broke slave mindset. I'm telling you, even if it's materialistic, like these people who don't know what, like, you know what I'm saying, being poor is, they always talk about materialistic shit. But when you don't have a house or don't know where you're gonna go, that's a materialistic thing. But bitch, once you acquire it, damn, I got some shit off my shoulders. I got a little bed I could sleep in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something deep. But materialistic things is this. Shut up, bitch. Like, you don't know what it is. Like, you have no idea what materialistic things are. Like the benefits they are too. To come through with a car or whatever. Like, that's materialistic. But bitch, I got a car now. You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck what you talking about. Like, even if it's something materialistic, put your eyes in your life, like, you know what I'm saying, like, of a goal to, like, not your life towards it, but like have a goal towards it, right? And you know what I'm saying, like, for me, it's to get lit off YouTube, everything like that. But I also want to, like, a goal is to get my mother a house. My goal is to come through with a vet, because I want a fucking vet. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have other goals within my life, but my main goal is to really come up and do what I got to do, and kind of even just prove my family wrong, prove everyone wrong who doubted me. Like, that's true. Like, that's 100%. Because people are going to doubt you, especially in the inner city. They're going to doubt you because their mind and imagination cannot see further than being broke in the inner city. I'm telling you. I know this from experience. I would literally argue and debate with people from the city. It just sounds so brain dead bot shit that I was like, yo, I should have just kept my mouth closed, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Like, I don't know what I'm doing right here at this point, arguing with someone who has no idea what it's like. Or like to see past this whole city shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But, you know what I'm saying? We all see also, like, a lot of the rappers, like, you know what I'm saying? They do be spitting some shit where, yeah, they were broke, they were poor, but bitch, they came up. Use that as inspiration. You know what I'm saying? This broke slave mindset of, I'm poor, I'm gonna follow my family footsteps and shit. They're all poor. Why are you following their footsteps, bro? Why? It makes no sense. And I'm talking from experience. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Look at the people who are greater in the aspects of your life, of like money, you know what I'm saying, a car, a house, whatever. Follow their footsteps. Listen to what they do, and you will start to align. And once you take that action, you will start to follow and start to see that it works, and you will win. You hit the gym for 10 years, bitch, you're going to get big. If you do YouTube for 10 years, bitch, you're going to get big. You know what I'm saying? You're going to grow. So that's that video on the mindset of the broke people. I felt like I just had to get this out of the way, because this shit is so fucking... All you hear is just regular people just talk regular shit. I know I'm tired of hearing that regular ass shit. I want to hear someone talk about, like, yeah, I want 50 million, 100 million. And he working towards it. I'm like, word, I hear you, bro. I feel what you're saying. Because everyone else is talking about, like, yeah, maybe one day I'll get a little apartment and I'll have a house and a family. Okay, that's broke slave shit. Go with that. I don't, like, fuck what you talking about. I love y'all, bro. So, I love y'all, bro. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, bro. And I'm going to leave my last video right here for you guys. So, you know what I'm saying? I got that Patreon in the works. As you know, bro. That Patreon's in the works, bro. And if you guys want a one-on-one consultation with me, I'm going to leave it in the description below. So, stay yourself, stay 300. And whatever you do in life, trust me, I believe in you, bro.